Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here, and we are back for more of the hatting time. It's time to cover the rush hour in the second DLC expansion, Nyakuza Metro. During preparation of DLC 1 for our 110% walkthrough project, DLC 2 was announced, alongside the inclusion of an online party mode where you can play with up to 50 people online, exclusive to the Steam PC version. Things get busy in the underground. Cats sell food, cats pull trains, cats do crime. The subway stations are littered with 9 timepieces scattered throughout, and the Nyakuza top cat herself, the Empress, wants them for money. She will either pay you or make you pay. The stations are vast yet intertwined, and the gang members have some sweet swag to offer you. For the right money, you can deck yourself out with costumes and cosmetics, some of which were previously mods, badges involving retro visuals, or just a jam out, and a new weapon that you can bust some kneecaps with. You can also apply stickers to your bat or photos. Up to 55 in total are plastered around the metro, and given out as prizes for ordering a combination of food at any of the 29 restaurants. These stickers can also be used as emotes, whether you're playing alone, in co-op, or even online. There is also a purple time rift that is not related to the Metro, but to Hat Kid herself, as she explores the very factory her vacuum buddy Rumby was developed in. It's in ruin, abandoned, and the remaining gadgets are rigged to explode. There are 3 relics, 3 tokens, and 5 achievements added, and as a walkthrough I will be getting them all. This also includes all stickers, food combinations, and restaurants around the Metro, and the 3 PC exclusive achievements tied to performing specific actions in an online party.
I can't have you running around, interfering with my jewel business. So, you work for me now.
We are back on the title screen once again! We just cannot seem to get away from this, but I need to show off that the logo has once again changed to obviously show that we have DLC 2 active. And we actually have DLCs 1 and 2 active, because as you'll see down here, got Nyakuza Metro and got Sealed the Deal, and obviously if I did DLC 1 earlier, this would have been the first time that we see this new type of save file screen. Speaking of which, you may immediately notice on our file, 4 being our main Let's Play file, 5 being our backup, which are exactly the same, is that we're down a completion star again. Well, technically we're down by 2, but that's because we're not 100% anymore. But we have all the stamps, yet we do not have a second completion star for getting all of the Death Wish stamps. That does not mean good things. But before we even hop into anything to do with the file itself, we've got to actually talk about something on this very screen. First of all, when you get DLC 2, or when I got DLC 2 at least, there was a bonus item that we got. Sorry for the slight glitchiness there, but when I'm in full screen and I go out to my desktop, this is what happens. But obviously, by choosing bonus items, we have a Nyakuza Metro bonus thing. It basically just gives us the backgrounds of the Nyakuza Metro promotion art. Second of all, and this only applies if you have DLC 1 installed, DLC 2 installed, and you have at least got 1 save file of which you have beaten Moustache Girl and went for the credits. By choosing a new file, you have a new option. Without having the Playable Bow Kid mod, you are able to actually swap Hat Kid for Bow Kid, and vice versa when the second player joins in. So you pretty much have the exact same game, but you just play as Bow Kid. So if you haven't got any mods, and this applies for any of the console versions that don't have mods available for Playable Bow Kid, like the Switch version, which currently has all the DLC, well, the other versions don't at the moment, but it will come soon, don't hassle them. You can play as Bow Kid.
Good morning, and welcome to yet another day of space adventure.
Now, minus Hat Kid's hat animations, because obviously Bow Kid doesn't have a hat but a bow, all of her animations pretty much work exactly as that you would expect them to. So there is no issues. Of course, if you want to swap back to Hat Kid, what you would have to do is go to the lobby, which we'll try to make haste, and we will see that Hat Kid, if you've got the Bow Kid mod installed and active on the PC version, even when you're playing a Bow Kid file, you can still swap to Hat Kid. So this is not an issue. Even though it is still primarily a Bow Kid file, if you have the Bow Kid playable mod active, it does actually count you as swapped the character through the mod. If you do not have the mod installed, or even on your system in any shape or form, then this is the only way you can play as Bow Kid outside of co-op. There we go, and is it just me, or is Bow Kid's face like right in your face? It's like, her head is huge in comparison. I guess it's because it's the same similar size to Hat Kid's portrait from top to bottom, because Bow Kid doesn't wear a hat, and that might be why her profile image is so big, but that's a thing. So I don't really need this file, so we're going to get rid of that. And we are going to be hopping once again into our file for the project. Upon loading up our file, we have yet another intruder alert, but that's not really an intruder alert unless you count being invaded by 49 other players. We haven't actually had any challenge roads since the 13th one, funnily enough. It's been over a month, so starting up there, it's from all the other mods that we've done. But yeah, if we climb up here quick, we have this panel. We'll get into this in a little bit, because I'm still concerned about missing... Well, I think we do not need a weapon of ultimate power. Let's go back to the umbrella for now. We need to check to see what's going on with the death wishes. No! It doesn't end! If you have DLC 1 and DLC 2 installed, you gain one additional candle death wish mission. That is taking advantage of, well, DLC 2. You need 30 Snatcher stamps in order to reach it, and you must finish killing 2 birds, which we've already mentioned many a time is, well, broken for me. We just can never get away from this guy, can we? Snatcher coins in Nyakuza Metro. At least this isn't that big of an issue. Because, as you know, at Nyakuza Metro is the second DLC. If you have the first DLC along with the second, you have an additional piece of content that uses both DLC for additional content. And, as we've already discussed before, the coins literally just add 3 additional collectibles into an area, and that's literally it. So of course we will enable this, and as I said before, these Snatcher coin death wish missions are actually one of the missions that I actually prefer, due to it actually being part of the game's main gameplay, being a collector one. So there's not really that much of an issue there, but it does mean that we need to grab all 3 coins to grab the last 3 stamps yet again, in order to have all stamps, in order to gain our, well, 3rd completion star back. But we still need to get 100%, so 82%, that should probably be something like 83 or 84 or something along those lines. Getting back to the panel up here, the reason why it's an intruder alert is because, other than accessing it in your pause menu, which is right next to the Death Wish icon, funnily enough, is that this is how you access online party. This is how you can pretty much make specific rooms, so you can have up to 4 to 10 people that you know, or you can do randoms with a room name, and you are able to play with 50 other people online. We are not going to be doing this for now, because I'm going to be saving that for when we are actually done with DLC 2. Yes, it was part of DLC 2, you have to have DLC 2 in order to have access to online party, but the online party portion of the second DLC pack is not available on consoles, mainly because it uses Steam's beta networking API function that's exclusive to Steam, and that handles it in a certain way that most online features of consoles like Nintendo Switch Online, PlayStation Plus, or Xbox Live cannot do. So, or something along those lines. Either that, or the developers just don't want you to be charged for paying an online subscription to play online, or either that, or the consoles can't handle it for some reason. But that is something that we will be getting into after we finish the game, because there's only 2 achievements that are just tied to it, and they are exclusive to the PC version as well. So even though we haven't had the cutscene showing us the location of the new area, because, you know, it pointed towards the online party, it's pretty much the only thing that we got to do. since the Death Wish is located in there and it's a candle, we need to go back into the lab, where we got the completion hat and made the final relic pedestal. Well, before DLC 1, obviously. You only need 20 timepieces in order to access this. And we got a new manhole here, which, if you have not got enough timepieces to actually enter, you will not be able to access the manhole until you tap the panel. So let's get the ice hat. Oh, whoops. Bash our way in. And we already have a new podium that we need to repair. We've got plenty of ponds from our mods, so let's repair that right now. But we don't have any relics to place, obviously. I mean, if you had all the DLC placed and you were playing the game up to that point, you can get all the relics from start, and then you'll start to be converting them into tokens. Obviously, the way that I've structured this Let's Play and how I played it in my own experience, because the DLC came out after I beat the game. Just like with DLC 1, that's how it's going to be, so obviously the items that I'm going to be talking about in terms of relics here are going to be tokens for you if you've grabbed everything on a new file, even with all the DLC up to this point. So, Nyakuza Metro, big underground subway that intertwines on itself. It's a free roam level, but the game does guide you. And this artwork is absolutely pristine. I love this. Hat Kid just looks adorable, and you don't even get to see her face. The cats are freaking out with the baseball bat. It's gonna be a fun time. Don't worry if it takes a bit to load, it is a big area. Now, like Alpine Skyline, this level actually has an intro section that you'll never be able to revisit. But similar to Battle with the Birds, it also has a timepiece that you can never re-obtain. Now, there are no collectibles that we need to worry about in this beginning area, since you can never come back to it, just like in Alpine Skyline, so we can just have a little look around. All these neon lights, all this Japanese kind of style memorabilia. When I first saw this, I thought that was a reference to Mew Mew Kissy Cutie from Undertale, but funnily enough, Mew Mew Kissy Cutie, as well as what this actually is a reference to something similar to Kizuna AI. I know Kizuna AI, which is a Japanese virtual tuber, but I don't know any pink ones, and I don't know any other ones other than that. It was probably like a Vocaloid or something, that could also be a thing. So, yeah. Not really much that we can do here. So let's just go board a train, I guess. That's just cute. I mean, that kid almost got herself smushed. But after seeing a cat pulling a train, despite not being able to board for whatever reason, I guess we don't have a pass. We're going to have to break into the metro itself. Going to have to go renegade as we usually do. But yeah, that little oh my gosh just gets me, because it's just so adorable. It's cute as heck, as you would expect. And other than a Death Wish, which is pretty much, you know, in line with the game's main gameplay that we've been going through since the beginning, I can forgive it. This is nothing but fun. And I've already given you my thoughts on the previous DLC, so I will not speak anything more on that. So we're jumping all the way through these subway lanes, these railways, and obviously we've got to follow the ponds to get up. But even using our techniques that we have learned from mods, I can't get up there even by doing a lunge cancel into the wall. So what we got to do is use these springs, which aren't exactly springs, but they're just very rubbery vacuums. They're massive rumbies. What we want to do is get ourselves dirty, lead them over here, and then bounce, which will automatically clean us upon bouncing, but also give us extra airtime, which is what we need in order to get around this metro. Well, other than the trains, of course. But we just ride this train all the way to the main central station and disembark. There's a timepiece over there. We'll get to that in a minute. You better run, buddy. I'm going to get you. Before we get into that, this is a restaurant. You can tell if it's a restaurant that you can actually interact with because there is a glow behind the person and you can talk to them with the B button.
Shopping around?
When it says that there is an undiscovered combo available, if you put 2 pieces of food together, and only 2, and buy those, you can get up to a maximum of 5 hit points instead of 4, and it's also a full recovery. Every food that you eat that doesn't make a combo is 1 health pot, effectively, and they're super cheap. So, that's what we gotta do. There are 29 restaurants to deal with, but there's only a certain amount of food combinations, and only some of them give us stickers, which we'll get into in just a moment. We can actually make a food combo here, and that is tea and soup dumplings, so we'll grab those, and we'll purchase only them in order to get the boon that we are after.
A new combo has been found.
And as I said, we get a sticker for certain food combinations. There are actually 8 food combinations, but only a few of them give stickers, and those I'll be showing them all regardless every time there is a potential for a new combo that we haven't had before, or unless I want maximum health when I already have it, and that'll be a thing. But only some of them give you stickers. Not all undiscovered combos give you a sticker.
Tea. A hot drink made from boiling water and leaves of plants. Great for getting warmed up on a cold day, either when you drink it or when someone bumps into you. Soup dumpling. Steamed dough buns filled with meat and soup. You won't know exactly what taste hides beneath the dough until you build up the courage to bite into the unknown.
You have to press the A button to actually eat the food, but as you saw that, we now have a health bar of 5. Mods have actually taken advantage of that to actually make custom health bars and just give you way more health than you normally would be able to get. However, food would auto overwrite that back to 5, as far as I'm aware, so don't abuse it. But yes, we got a new sticker. You may have noticed these 3 icons when we were originally going through the Death Wish map. These are pretty much decals for your weapon once you have the weapon that we talked about in the intro, the baseball bat. However, the 3 that you have equipped get added to your emote wheel, which is if you click in the left analog stick for your movement, you bring up this wheel that pretty much hear all of the Hat Kid's voice clips, including additionals from the stickers themselves. These are what we've been seeing throughout mods since we started Hats Off to You, since DLC 2 launched when we started. They're pretty much what people have left messages for. This is how you can emote, and this is how you can swear. Now, just to keep in mind, in the console versions, primarily the Switch version at the time of recording this, only your stickers are available on the emote wheel, because there is no need to emote since there's no online party, which is kind of a shame since you can't actually hear the voice clips wherever you want. Only the stickers that you have equipped are available via the wheel on console versions, but on PC, you have all the rest. So let's go back over here, because even though we just gained this one, we actually start with a couple more. Ignore the shinies, we'll get to them later. What we start with is a star sticker, a heart sticker, and the cat crime sticker. These are the 3 that you start with. All these rainbow ones, no matter what file you collect them in, they are actually added to your Steam inventory, and if they are present, they appear in every file you play. So that's why they are here. As I said, I will get into these later. They are rare, and they are not required for 100% completion except for collecting 1. So if I go into the wheel again, we get the best one ever. And with that, we're going to go get our timepiece. Going to commit some cat crime. Come here, fool. Yeah, I see you there. Not exactly very subtle, holding it above your head. You know what happens to the Mafia when they steal my timepieces? Get slapped up, mate. I should have took off my hat. I can do it right here.
Huh? That belongs to the boss. No way.
Thank you for bringing this to me. Who do you work for? No one. Well, I can't have you running around interfering with my jewel business. So, you work for me now.
Ooh, cash money.
Come to my store. We've business to discuss.
But we want the timepiece, not your money. It's not Pons.
There's more of these, I'm sure. You seem talented at finding them. I pay you, and you bring me more. It's a simple arrangement. Start looking by the yellow overpass. I'm sure you can find your way. Now be on your way, and don't come back empty-handed.
Right, so it seems like we're not actually going to be able to keep the timepieces since the Nyakuza are pretty much infested the entirety of the sewers. It's nothing but cats, no matter where you look. Oh. Hello there.
Oh, hi there.
It was the same voice clip I just said. That was unintended by any means. But yeah, even though I paused to swap my hat because I wasn't actually expecting the rare sticker to be a thing, that was appearing throughout almost every mod I was doing. Even if I do not have DLC installed, if you have it purchased from Steam, then that will always appear. That's pretty much telling you where to find one of the rare stickers, and as I said, you only need to collect one for an achievement. However, there are 55 stickers to collect. 3 of them you already start with, 52 are plastered throughout the metro, and here's one right now where we start our free roaming adventure proper. You are told where you want to go, but you can actually go in any way that you want. Only the first timepiece do you actually need to grab, and that's the one that I just mentioned that you cannot grab again. This is one of my favourite stickers, funnily enough. Only the second sticker that we grabbed, and it's already one of my favourites.
Out of the way.
Favourite voice clip.
Make way.
I'm going to be cutting every time that I get one of these stickers so you can hear all the voice clips from all of these. Just so that I can tell you.
Cat cry.
She says cat crime in different tones. Took the liberty of changing my sprint hat back to how it was, because we actually want to see Hat Kid's facial animations, despite potentially wearing the mask that you normally would. You can actually talk to the Empress again, right here.
Well, start your search at the yellow line, girl.
Whatever you do, do not hit her. She will kill you in one hit no matter where you are, even if you're using the time stop hat to make a quick getaway. She swipes, you're dead. She probably chucks her nails or jewelry or something at you, and she always one hit kills you. She's stronger than the Snatcher, believe it or not. Don't mess with her. I'll show that off later, when I'm not, you know, in a mode where the Death Wish could, where the Snatcher could potentially, you know, make fun of me. So let's go over this way. And we've got a bunch of, goons here, just chilling, and we can talk to them.
Wanna wear the latest fashion? I've got you covered.
Fashionable destructive capabilities, I see. I will take a good sir. This is the one and only time that I have seen, at least outside of mods, that you are able to buy a weapon. Perfect for property damage, intimidation, and sometimes baseballs. You know the weapon select menu? That used to be a mod that was added in an update to account for the baseball bat.
I'm selling Nyakuza gear. Take a look.
Seems like this is the mask that the gang wears, so I think we might actually have to wear this. I hope you're not feline to me.
You gotta get yourself a Nyakuza outfit. They're stylish.
And of course, we have the signature Varasity Jacket that was used in the promotional artwork. Now we now have the proper costume. Now, this is its own separate item. If you want to dye this, you have to install the Varasity Jacket mod, which is a separate playable character, technically, and then all dyes will change the colour of the jacket. I'm only mentioning this in case if anyone is interested. But yes, there's a difference between this brewing hat flare. This flare actually changes the projectiles that we throw. They still explode like the brewing hat normally does, but it leaves money everywhere, which I don't see how it's still legal tender, considering, you know, we just paid with this stuff with our pawns. You'd think that would be the legal tender. Now, when you grab a sticker, it always applies it to your latest slot. That kind of annoys me when I have the ones that I want, but it does give us the opportunity to listen to all the clips. So here's the baseball bat. I was going to cut there, but then I forgot that the baseball bat's actually here. As you've seen in the trailer, the stickers that you have applied to your wheel also appear over your baseball bat, as you can see over here. And yes, when you're using the baseball bat, it does make an audible clonk when you whack something that can be hit. So, that's a thing. Now, hopefully, I will go stay with the sprint hat so we can actually see what we're doing. See Hat Kid's facial animations while we're going in cutscenes.
Hello! Do you need a Metro guide? If you're really lost, they'll show you where to go.
The Metro is a complex open space and can be tough to navigate. If you're not interested in exploring and you want some help finding your objective, these guidelines will show you a clear path to follow instead. If you want to focus on exploring again, you can also turn it
Do
off.
you need assistance?
Obviously, this is something that we can buy.
Oh, what do you say? Do you need a guide?
We can buy it for 100 pods. I want to buy this because but I am going to turn it off, but I do want to show what it is. Since it already explained it to us, might as well see a little bit of it in action. And this will appear in your backpack. Ignore the dyes, as I mentioned earlier. They're mods. So now, since we are shown to go into the yellow station, we have little subway markers on the floor telling us which way to go. Kind of like what you would see on a map, like in London, for example, in the London Underground. But, obviously, I do not want this on because I know exactly what I'm doing, so... yeah, I have taught you to turn it off, I forget. We can't just turn it on a whim.
Guidelines on or off?
I want to explore, actually, even though it's out of the box, and that is not a mod, so that's a little bit odd, actually. And there we are, they're off. Simple as. So as long as you buy the Metro, you are able to talk to the guy to turn it on and off. Kind of interesting, but it's pretty much just letting you know that you have the ability to do so. So we're now at Yellow Overpass Station, and yes, we have a little collectible thing in the corner of the screen, if you now noticed here. Didn't mention it earlier, but it is there. We do have a bunch more restaurants here.
Wanna buy something?
Nothing really of interest here. We can't really make a combination here. I won't be buying every item. You can listen to the voice clips yourself, but I probably may make a compilation in the end when we're done.
Looking to buy?
We have another restaurant here. We have dumplings, tea, so you can do the soup, dumplings, and tea combination again. Which, by the way, well, I should do this, which is actually very cheaper here in comparison to the other one. Everyone has their own prices. I should do that again, because if you notice my health right now, it's still at 5. If you leave the Metro, it'll go back down to 4. It only is available in the Metro. So you can't abuse it for boss fights that you haven't already done.
Ready to take your order?
Yeah, there's a lot of restaurants around here. This is the 3rd one already in a row, and that's the 5th one already. And I said there were 29. Very grouped together, they're pretty much like when you go to the town centre, there's nothing but restaurants no matter which way you look. But we do actually have a special here, and it's not the Metro special. If you buy that on its own, even though it is basically rice, eggs, and fish, I think it is, that's technically 3 items in a row, but it doesn't count as that, and it doesn't count as a special despite it actually being called a special. So it is technically a combination, it just isn't. What we want from this one is the good old British fish and chips. Yes, we're already at max health and this may be a waste, but hey, a combination means...
A new combo has been found.
Another sticker.
Fish. Battered and fried fish, usually cod or pollock. Most cats love being able to buy it fried, since there's no fish tanks in the Metro to steal from. French fries. Sliced and deep-fried potatoes. An important reminder that alone we are all small fry, but together we're delicious.
Tasty. Money.
As I said, if I miss any other food that I haven't actually had the voice clips for, I will pretty much do that near the end of after doing everything else. Unless I need additional food, then like for healing and whatnot, then I will obviously do that. That's another sticker in our collection. Let's hop onto the trains. We already know how these work in the in mods, but basically you just want your momentum carries you when you're jumping on them, so you gotta be careful when you're platforming. probably not be at the end of the train. Preferably the front is best. Touching these signs will hurt you, but they will carry you through for the most part. And if you fall off the trains, for the most part you will void out if there's no floor underneath the pattern that they're walking on. Apparently they only support cats. Yeah, that makes no sense to me, but we're going to be sticking with it.
Everyone knows not to mess with us. The boss wouldn't like that at all.
What have you got to sell me?
I'm selling the latest and greatest. Take a look.
I guess you could call this the black market, considering that, you know, these are a gang, and they are hiding in alleyways. They've got a lot of stuff for us here, which we can effectively afford all of them. Because, again, mods grabbed a lot of money, but that also probably attributed to every single failure and grabbing money again while going through the death wishes. If you had them installed, because you can do Nyakuza Metro without the first DLC pack, seal the deal. We got the green bean, it just gives us a nice green colour palette, more of a shade of green than green and yellow or washed out green, more vibrant. Got dignified, which gives us a nice checkerboard pattern. We kind of gone to plaid here almost. Nice and vibrant purple as well. We got obnoxious, which is exactly what it is. Psychedelic, well actually it's more of a jester design with the cape and all that. Makes it sort of like a clown. Kind of like Kefka. We have glasses and a beret, which I believe is a reference to, I think it's SimCity. Maybe, not too sure. It's a dweller mask flare, because as it has glasses, I'm guessing you have interesting lenses. And finally, a kid's hat flare, a lay. Because when cats are around, you really got to lay low. But yep, once you have brought everything from a Nyakuza member, some Nyakuza members around the place have the exact same stuff to sell, but once you have brought everything from a Nyakuza member, that you can no longer talk to them, because that you've already cleaned them out, so that's a thing. So, let's go have a look at our stuff that we just got. Anything that is DLC 2 related will have an orange splash behind them. So the Varasity Jacket, the green bean, dignified. Yes, these colours can be applied to the Varasity Jacket mod that allows you to dye the Varasity Jacket, as the Varasity Jacket is pretty much without a dye, so you can apply dyes. But I'm going to stick with the Varasity Jacket for now, since we haven't actually done a lot. We'll keep the flares that we have on right now, just so that we have a little bit of visual differences. Speaking of visual differences, got more food here to have a look at. We don't actually have a new combo here, but just for the sake of it, I'll get the Metro Special, because I don't think I'm going to be buying this at any other point. Might as well hear what the description is.
The Metro Special. A big bowl of rice with fried fish, egg, and chips. A meal of everything, proving that even little care can have delicious results.
Even though that is 4 food items, as I've said already, it does not give you a full recovery, which it should do because it's 4 items, but there you go. Because if you buy all 4 of the ingredients that it just said for the Metro Special, it will not count as the Metro Special. So, yeah, it's a bit awkward that. But hey, look what's hiding behind this place. Another sticker. So we're getting there slowly.
Want to know a secret? Are you sure? It's a big one. Okay, I'll tell you. You'd never guess this. The owner of the jewelry store doesn't have any qualifications as a jeweler. I told you it was a good secret.
You may not want to say that to any policeman, because that would give your leader a bad time. Yeah, this was from the Sands mod that we got, but we haven't been able to show that off yet, so I thought I would just show that off right now. You get a very nice creepy smile from Hat Kid there, along with the little noise that you get from Undertale. But yeah, sorry for the awkward cut during that little joke I tried to make, but just like with the hat wheel, I have trouble trying to choose some of the stuff, so...
Sorry. Mask is required when you're in a gang, you know.
we've got even more stuff. Yes, we are just cleaning out these guys already. We've now got Fortress, which is a reference, and it's quite blatant as well. It's red, it's orange, it's called Fortress. It's basically Team Fortress 2 colours. We've also got Battlement, which gives us a bluish teal kind of design. I guess a military blue. The Justice, which is a triple coloured dye, when most dyes are normally 2 colours. It also gives us a belt. We pretty much got Moustache Girl colours, as well as the blonde hair to match. And we also have a nice comfy sweater. Knitted by a nan, or what you would think. This ain't SpongeBob, but you know. Perfect for lounging around, complete with slippers and long socks. And we have a new filter for our camera badge. Ah, interesting. Had to go through hell to get some of these before, but now I can just straight up pay for them. Nice. Download that to my camera. So with that, let's make our way out of this pit. What we got to do is get on top of the vending machine here. Hop on top of there, which I didn't actually grab, excuse me. Let's not have more wall climbing shenanigans, please. I've had enough of that. There we are. Back up this way, and there is a sticker right at the apex of this pit. So we're going to have to make our way out again, but that's fine. Yet another collectible to add to our pockets. Just thought I'd cut out hopping out of this pit back to where we were. We will just take this vacuum bouncy boy and bounce all the way out there. And now what we've got to do is just quickly hop off this train, up the wall. There we go. And already 1, 2, 3 restaurants right next to each other. Unbelievable. Great for cold days. I like how they have like their own kind of like social media thing going on here, but you can't leave messages like that yourself. And I guess that's what this is for, so...
Thank you. Are you hungry?
So you've got dumplings and tea yet again. I do not want any of your stuff, good sir. What about... No, whoops, wrong thing. I thought I was on the sprint hat.
What will it be?
You've got the exact same combination, so that seems redundant.
Make sure you buy the right ticket. I know. They're color-coded.
This is not a place to buy tickets, people. This is a restaurant with a combination that we want. I mean, we've got cake. We've also got cookies, hot chocolate, and coffee. Now, personally, I would prefer hot chocolate and cookies, but the combination's coffee and cookies. Personally, it's either tea, hot chocolate, or milk for me.
A new combo has been found.
Yet another sticker, and it's the Empress with the timepiece. We just had that happen, funnily enough.
Coffee, a warm brewed drink prepared from coffee beans. Consuming this drink on a regular basis transforms a kitten to a cat, and a cat to a nervous wreck. Cookies, small baked biscuits, usually full of chocolate chips, raisins, or something else. Great for a quick snack.
Yeah, it seems kind of a bit odd that I keep doing combinations when I'm already at max health and haven't taken a single point of damage, but there's not really any reason to put them off, because we're getting collectibles. We'll go down to the end of that area in a bit, but not in this episode. We're going to leave that for now, because otherwise I'm going to be backtracking on myself. But I do want to come over this way, hop onto this vending machine here, and knock this DJ Groove sticker off of the thing, darling. Alright, so with that, we don't actually need to go here, but it's a small little box. It's not really going out of our way for anything. Yet another 2 restaurants! I swear, Yellow Overpass has the most amount of restaurants in the entire level, and yet, when you're introduced to the concept, they bombard you with food! I can't handle this! By the way, this looks like an ice cream parlour.
Looking to buy?
And it seems to be the case. We can get a nice sugary drink, get an ice cream sandwich, cookies, or a triple scoop. Guess what the combination is? It's a soda and a triple scoop. I guess you'll want a nice icy float. And it's a little pricey, but it's worth it.
A new combo has been found. The large soda, a carbonated drink in a large container. The large soda remains the unsung hero of moderation. An acceptable pick in the eyes of your peers, just one size short of gluttony. triple scoop. Vanilla cream frozen at the right temperature and shaped into a ball, then put in a cone. Many scoops in your cone will impress your scoopless peers and get you that promotion.
Yeah, that was an undiscovered food combination, but we didn't get a sticker for that. As I said, there are more food combinations than rewardable stickers for finding them. That one apparently wasn't a hidden combination, even though that's not a combination I would immediately think of. However,
Ready to take your order.
we have, guess what, another combination here. It involves soda again, but it's also a burger.
A new combo has been found.
And that one gave us a reward, even though that's not that big of an issue. I would have more assumed chips and a burger, like a burger chips, but apparently a burger and a drink is the combination.
The large soda. Hamburger. Meat, lettuce, and buns grilled and served with condiments. While some may prefer meat alternatives and some skip the lettuce, all great.
I didn't mean to cut that one off early.
Breaking the law. Breaking the law.
Breaking the law, breaking the law. Hat Kid wants to commit cat crime and break the law. The only thing I have to say to that is,
Oh no, oh no.
yep, well, not watch out. It's not always the same. You thought that it was actually going to be a watch out, but nope, it's not always what you think it's going to be. But yes, so we're not going to go down that way for now, as I've already mentioned, even if we hop up here, but what we do want to do is hop on top of this in order to jump over. No, actually, I'm going wrong. I need to hit back on myself a tad. Let's not get run over. I did that wrong. I actually want to ride it down a little bit, but not all the way. So let's hop back over this way again. There we are. Frame rate is dropping just a tad, but that's because that I forgot to clock down the game before I recorded. What we want to do is get off the trains, there we are, without getting hit by a train. Wow, I'm doing this terribly. What you are supposed to do is hop up here, and you can either get on the train or not. I prefer to not get on the train, but it just won't let me do so. There we go. Get underneath here, so we don't actually get run over. And we want to disembark here is what I wanted to do. Hello?
You look like you have taste. What's the best series of Agile Supreme?
Double fader?
Ah, good. You're a smart kid. Goodbye.
Just thought that'd be funny. Bye-bye. Oh, another restaurant. They just will not stop with the restaurants.
Shopping around?
Well, once again, it's tea and dumplings, but I'm not going to buy here because I don't need to, even though I've lost my additional health point. That's the thing with the additional health point. When you unlock it, you only keep it for that particular time. You don't actually get to keep it. If you lose it, that's it. Right, now that's sorted. Let's go break open this box with a load of money. Oh! Guess my payment rewarded me with a nice piece of jewellery. Which the Empress just left in a box next to a restaurant? Unguarded? Huh. Well, funnily enough, that's 1 out of 2 relics that we need. There's actually 3 relics in this level, but obviously one will become a token once we have the 2 that are necessary. Let's hop up this way, back on the ute. We will not get hit by the train as long as we do not get hit by the cat that's pulling it. So if we hop up this way on the front, it will actually allow us to do so. As long as you jump against the flow, you will still be able to make a bit of headway. Otherwise, you will get carried along with the current. We want to hop up over here and ride around this yellow building here. And on the circle, there it is. Got to get that. Yet another sticker. Now, we haven't got time to check that at the moment because I'm in the middle of a freefall. Where the hell am I? Oh, I'm back down here again. I didn't even intend for that to happen. Okay. I guess I can listen to the bloody thing. I was kind of in mid-motion for a bit there.
I can't resist. Oh, hi.
Glad you could catch up with us. We're on a runaway train here and we got to dodge signs before we get chucked off. But the problem is that I actually want to land off on this particular point right here. Because there is a sticker that is right down here. And that just looks very odd, because I just peeled it off of the floor, and it's just standing right in front of me. That was unintended, but yes, we have a looming MU here.
Can't help it.
The thing is, I actually want to come over this way, because, once again, there's a token without a glow. How the hell are you supposed to know that's here? Because even if you were, like, walking with a camera like this, you would barely see it at the top of your screen. And if we go to the opposite side of this sign, you can't actually go on the inside of it. Yep, it's literally there, embedded into the sign. You just gotta know it's there. So let's go grab this. If I don't completely overshoot. There we go. Now we can actually get up from the trains from here, I think, if I can chuck a jump. Normally I just void out, but I guess I won't do that. So yes, there are 3 tokens to grab. 2 of them are just normal tokens. 1 of them is a converted relic once we grab 2 of the 3 of them. So keep that in mind. There was actually one thing that I didn't actually make mention of the collectibles that we can get at this particular point, but we'll get in that later since it doesn't really apply at this moment, and it's not really going to do much in the grand scheme of things. So we'll hop over this way, land on our tush, and then we'll come over this way, get the bring hat back out, chuck some dosh, and yet there's another sticker plastered hidden behind some boxes on the wall. Since this is as good a time as any, we've actually got all of the stickers up to this point. So, I'll show off the other one that we haven't actually shown off yet, because it was in the inventory, is that we got it just by installing Blizzard Wonderland. So with that, now that we've done all that, I want to go over here and just outright cut the line, because we're allowed to do that.
Want a Metro ticket?
And we can just outright buy a ticket in front of everybody else. We need these in order to progress further in the level. Even if you were trying to free roam, chances are you're not going to get any further until you buy this. So, you're kind of railroaded even though you're told that you don't have to. And the layering's buggered because I'm standing in front of a cat. I'm supposed to be behind. The perspective makes no sense. But with that, we are now able to get through those barricades in order to get around. So, yes, the trains are not the only method on getting through. We have to actually buy tickets to get elsewhere. Thankfully, it shows up on our HUD as above our timepieces, as well as on the overall collectibles of the specific area that we are in. Let's get back on the sprint hat, and we're going to be watching out for more signs.
No way.
That was a lot more audible. What the hell? Okay, weird. But as you can see, we're not really going to be getting anywhere. We just missed our spot, which Hat Kid commented on. We've got to swing to the next, we've got to jump and swing to the next amount of trains in order to get to where we are. We've actually grabbed all the collectibles up to this point, so we're pretty much on our home stretch here. So what we've got to do is dodge all these signs, get over here, and jump for these hanging, swinging ones over here. And yes, we do have the chain coming out the tip of our baseball bat. Don't ask me how this is a feature that they sold to us. Blame the badge. The badge. That's probably why it is a badge. It's giving us a magical property. All we got to do is jump over this way, onto this train in good time, and we have our first timepiece. Well, second technically, but the first one we were sent to actually go and find.
What? All right, hand it over, kiddo.
Well, progress was wasted. See you guys next time.